always be on guard. Be the hardest target. I was usually the girl getting ganged up on 9 times out of 10. And if I talk about that, I'm like, literally, I'm already about to cry. I can't talk about that because and the Holy Spirit always tells me who to let in. Today, we are going to be talking about Shanquila Robinson, Mrs. Robinson. That was a very, very, very detrimental story. I remember when I first read about it, people who go to like Cuba or DR or Jamaica, they die from like alcohol, or you hear about, there was a period of time where every time someone would go to the islands, they would die from alcohol poisoning. But for this specific situation, like my intuition just automatically told me that this wasn't like a natural by accident thing, which is why when that video came out of her friends literally beating her up while she was naked and intoxicated, that really that video really broke my heart. That video really broke my heart, and I'm like a strong person, but at the same time I'm very sensitive at the same time, and I'm like, I almost wanted to cry after seeing that video because I'm like, this poor girl is sitting here getting beat up, getting ostracized, getting bullied, and there's just a bunch of bystanders. And my parents always taught me in life to never be a bystander. If someone is being treated poorly, you don't just turn the other way and be like, that's not my problem. No, you get involved if you have to, especially in a situation like that, and you say, this is not okay. Like, even if I was a bystander in a situation like that and I didn't like the person who was being attacked, I still would never allow crap like that. Like, you have to be like straight gutter wrench dumpster juice and integrity to even allow something like that to happen. And the reason for me making this video, I literally almost felt like PTSD. I almost like felt PTSD or something from seeing that video, because I've been in situations in the past when I was younger that were similar with the girl group and then one girl. So you guys, this is very dangerous. Like, this story is mind-boggling. And it's so sad because this happens to a lot of women. From being naive and thinking that women are your friend. I mean, all the girls are ganging up. I was usually the girl getting ganged up on 9 times out of 10. And I've been in situations, and I'll tell you guys that towards the end of this video, where I did go out with a group of girls and they did try to gang up on me, and they did try to fight me in a hotel room, and they tried to do all of that, and all of that to end this with, this is why I tell everybody on this channel. I know I have some men that are subscribed. I've been noticing that. So guys, don't worry. I have a whole lot of videos geared towards you guys very soon. I definitely want this to be a channel that speaks to both men and women. So there'll be cool content coming. But I say that to say, ladies, when I make those videos, and I tell you guys to be very, very careful with women, I mean it. I mean it. And I tell you guys that because I care about you guys. I'm not saying that those things don't happen to men, because they absolutely do. Jealousy can strike anyone. But with women, it's a lot more ruthless, heartless, and pure right out evil when it comes to women. And seeing those things breaks my heart for her family. If I talk about that, I'm like, literally, I'm already about to cry. I can't talk about that because it's so disgusting and it's painful, and it hits home for me because I've had girls do that to me. I've had family members do that to me, okay? Try to get physical with me, try to harm me. I've experienced that on both sides. So all of that to say, and I will be telling you guys some tips on how to deal with stuff like that, but I did make another video on how to deal with iffy friends, jealous friends, part 2. But I'm trying to mind my words in this video, and I'm trying to be cautious about what I say so it doesn't come off a certain way. In summary, ladies, don't bash me for this. It's okay, I don't care if you bash me, honestly. It's what it is. I'm here to be honest. A genuine friendship between a woman and another woman is a needle in a haystack. How often do you find a needle in a haystack? Not that often. So when I was growing up, my island grandmother, she's 98 years old. My island grandmother, when I was a little girl in diapers, she always taught me, she's like, Mel, there's no such thing as friends between women. There's no such thing. I don't want you to put that in your mind. I know that your mom and your dad and other people may be telling you that, but I'm here to tell you that that rarely exists. If it does, you're lucky to have it, but it's rare. And honestly speaking, for you guys who have kids who are watching this video, you have daughters, or for the women who are generally watching this video, if you are beautiful, that's one category. If you're smart, that's another category. If you had a good upbringing, that's another category. If you hustled your way to get to where you are, maybe you've accumulated wealth as a woman, or you're doing something, you beat the odds, a lot of women aren't gonna like you. And if you're all 5 of those things, you are a quadruple threat to the female society if you have all 3. You're pretty, you're intelligent, you're smart, you made it to the top, you hustled your way out, things that were sent to destroy you, you surpassed them, you broke them, and you're confident. Don't even bother trying to build friendship. Don't bother. I'm telling you from my personal experience, okay? I'm 23 years old. Don't bother. Save yourself the trouble, the heartache, the sabotage. Just save it. Like, honestly, you guys, the last 3 years of my life have been the most peaceful 3 years I've ever had in my entire life. There was no one shading me online. There was no one shading me on Instagram. There was no girlfriend drama, friend drama, fights, stalking, physical altercations, sabotage, stalking. I haven't dealt with that crap since like college, because I cut that out at 21. I was like, I'm no longer gonna be tolerating this whole female friendship thing. I'm not gonna tolerate it. If I feel inclined to let a woman into my inner space, that's gonna be up to the Holy Spirit, because he's my guide. And the Holy Spirit always tells me who to let in. That's where your spirituality is important. Your spirit is gonna tell you who to let in. You're gonna meet so many women who wanna be friends with you. If you're pretty, they're gonna flock to you. If you're smart, they're gonna flock to you. If you're kind, they're gonna flock to you. It's normal, but you don't have to extend a friendship to them. You don't have to extend that to them. You have to use your intuition and your spirit to let you know who to let in. Now, if you're not someone who's versed on spiritual gifts, if you're not someone who is intuitive, I encourage you to work on that. I think I had a video on here. I don't remember. I'll try to find out and link it below on how to develop your spirituality. By developing your spirituality, you're going to be developing your spiritual gifts, right? And by developing your spiritual gifts, you're going to develop your intuition. And by developing your intuition, you're going to developing your discernment. So if you are high functioning in intuition and discernment, when you meet a woman, you're going to know if you're going to let her in or not. It's that easy. Because I'm sure 9 times out of 10, there are several people watching this channel where you had a bad feeling about someone the day you met them, or they did something weird and you knew you should have cut them off and you kept them in your life and they did some crazy stuff to you. That has happened. There's not one person on this channel that has not happened to, right? So why even risk it? Why even risk it, you know? Because women are a lot more different than men when they dislike you. I've come to the conclusion, because I've dealt with men, I've dealt with women, and I like studying the genders and the difference between men and women. I love to do that. And I've noticed that men and women navigate friendships very, very differently. Men and women navigate friendships very, very differently, right? So I've come to the conclusion that usually when a guy doesn't like another dude, they're gonna not talk to them, they don't wanna be around them, they don't wanna hang around them, they don't wanna be in the same room as them, they don't wanna, like, men are like, for a guy, if a man doesn't like another man, they're just not gonna be in your face. Like, they don't wanna be around you. They don't want to talk to you, they don't want to communicate. But a girl will dislike you and try to be your friend. That's the problem that I have with them. Why do you want to be friends with someone that you do not like? Why do you want to be friends with someone that you're jealous of, or you feel like they're too pretty for you to be next to them? Why are you pursuing a friendship with that person? It's very sick. It's very mentally ill to be pursuing a relationship or trying to keep a girl around that you know that you don't like. It's weird. All the time in the workplace, here comes a smart girl, she got her stuff together, she has a lot of degrees, she's beautiful, she has a nice body, and then the person who wants to see her fail the most is the one that's trying to get as close to her as she can so she can know where to hit her. And I meet women all the time and I'm like, oh, girl, girl. I saw that video of her, I'm like, dang, I'm sure that that was not something that came out of the blue. I'm sure that that is something that's been building up for some time. There have been altercations, there have been signs, there have been weird things going on. They've probably done little tiny things under the rug that she kept going like this. And as girls, what do we always do? We go like this. Oh, no, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's not nothing. The minute that girl acts weird, let her go. I tell you guys, we're not desperate for friends on this channel. We are not desperate for friends. Why am I dealing with this? It always ends that way. Unless you meet, and here's another thing that you ladies need to know. The girls that you meet that are very distant, unfriendly, uninterested, not interested in getting to know you, not interested in getting to know any other girl in the room, that's in a corner by herself on her phone looking beautiful, that's the girl with the golden heart. That's the good person. That is the woman who has integrity, I bet you, and that's why they stay away. And that's why as you guys start to learn personalities, you'll learn that the distant girl is usually the best girl in the room as far as her heart. How do you get a friendship with her? 9 times out of 10, she won't give you one. I'm telling you guys from experience, because I'm like that, and every other girl that I've met that's like that has an amazing soul. But because they know how other women operate, they don't even want to deal with that. So they just don't talk to them at all. Like I said, I have a very strong foundation within myself. I have a strong foundation with my family. I have a strong foundation in Christ with Jesus. So if God sends me a genuine soul, a good woman with a good heart, with good morals, who is pure in heart, then maybe I'll give her a chance. That'll be up to me. That'll be up to my discernment, my discretion, and my spirit to know, is this someone I want to give a chance at a friendship with? Until I find someone I meet someone that I feel that way about, I'm perfectly cool vibing out. And you meet so many people and they're like, oh my God, like, why don't you have a big friend group? Like, what? It's like, honey, I'm not the girl that wants to be friends with everybody. I don't want to do that. I'm not interested in doing that. I've done that before. I'm cool. Like, I'm confident enough to walk into a bar alone. I'm confident enough to hop on a plane alone. I'm confident enough to handle my business. Now, some girls have to run in packs. They have to run in packs all the time. They don't know how to stand alone. They have loneliness problems, codependency. So they have to run in packs and then bully on other women, like what they did in this video. This girl was somebody who had a successful business. I think she was like a hairstylist or something along those lines. And she has a bright, beautiful smile. And based on her pictures, I sense that her aura was just very bright. She's just very bright. I could see that bright light. And not everyone's gonna like that, okay? You're progressing, you're moving forward, you're making more money, you're leveling up, you're working alone while they're still clocking in. Some people, that's not gonna sit well with them. When you start to progress in your life and you start to move forward in your life and you begin to reach new levels in your life, whether that's financially, mentally, spiritually, physically, with your body, you look better, you lost weight, whatever, or you gained weight, whatever. Not everybody's gonna be able to handle that, okay? You have to prepare yourself. Every new level that you get, things are gonna fall off. As you progress, things fall off. You have to lose things in order to progress. Sometimes that's gonna include people, which is why I always tell people, have the mentality where you're good, whether those people are in your life or not. It doesn't make a difference to you, right? Now, let me give you guys some stories on red flags to look out for with chicks. 90% of women you meet are gonna have these issues, but yeah. First red flag, overly friendly. Overly friendly. This girl has just met you. She's asking you about, oh my God, where do you work? What do you do for a living? Do you have a boyfriend? Where's your family from? What's your nationality? Just like you feel like you're taking a questionnaire with this girl. Stay away from her. Those weirdos want to know everything there is to know about you because they're just weird. And let them find somebody else to be weird with. There's plenty of other people in the room that they can obsess over. It's not gonna be you. So careful with those type of women. If you're dating a great guy, let's say you're dating a guy who has it together, his money's together, his status, his looks, his body, he's just that guy, right? You're gonna have a lot of women who have interest in you. But honey, they don't have interest in you. They have interest in you, parentheses, your man. They have an interest in your man, not you. But they wanna get near you to get near him. Which is why you'll notice a lot of these women who are married or in relationships with these high caliber men don't have female friendships. They don't have friendships with women because 9 times out of 10, I have this lady, a friend of mine, she had just got married and she invited her girlfriend to their home, her and her husband's home. First mistake. You don't ever bring a woman around your man, ever. The only woman that gets to come around your man is your mother, not even your sister, because I've heard about things with sisters doing their thing too. Only your mom gets to be around your man or your daughter when she's born. No other woman is allowed around your man. So this lady went to my friend's house, and when my friend was in the kitchen getting nachos and stuff together, the girl was sitting in the living room across from her man, and she's like, so is she cooking for you? Like, you look really skinny. Is she cooking for you? Oh my God, look at this house. Look at these floors. You work so hard. You should come home to a beautiful home. And me knowing my friend's husband, I know he's not stupid, so I know he didn't respond to that. They had that The next day, that same girlfriend went to my friend and was like, oh, I talked to your husband yesterday about how you haven't been cooking and how you haven't been cleaning, and I feel like you need to do a better job with him because he deserves better. I told her, she said, what now? I said, if that was me, I would have started grabbing my purse. I would have left 100 on the table. I said, don't worry about it, sweetie, because that will be the last time you see me or my husband again. And that friendship would just be down the toilet. I would never, like, I wouldn't even think about her, like, ever again. Another example, I mean, you see it on TV all the time. The girl who was hanging out with her friend is now all over her friend's man. I see a lot of women with high caliber men sitting on tables and bringing their friends and having their man buy her and her friends a meal. And I'm like, you really let women around your man? That is a very ignorant thing to do, because women are always in competition. They're always competing with you. Even if they're not showing you that they are competing with you all day long over the smallest things. I've had girls dislike me because of the way I talk. Because I'm African American, they expect me to be a certain way, if you know what I mean. I've had girls dislike me because I respect myself and I don't settle for less. They're settling for less, but they hate me because I won't. Like, how does that, like, why don't you just not settle for less then? No, like, they have to dislike you. I've had girls not like me because I keep my body together. And while they're having a honey bun for breakfast, I'm at the gym at 5 a.m. But you hate me for my body, right? For the effort that you're not putting in. You dislike me. So the thing with Shanquila Robinson and with a lot of other women, what you guys need to understand is you have to be comfortable not having friends. You have to be so comfortable that you end up picking your friends. My mom always taught me, she said, Mel, my mom always taught me, she said, Mel, you don't let friends pick you. You pick your friends. Don't let a girl run up on you and want to be cool with you. No, ma'am. You assess her and you figure out if you and her are on the same wave, and you use your intuition and you explore if there's a possibility of having a friendship. You don't let girls pick you as a friend. I've met so many women at school, social places, church, try to push themselves on me. And of course, I'm always gonna be gracious and sweet. They didn't do anything wrong to me yet. So I just won't let them in. Like, I won't even let it start. Like, I won't even accept the lunch invitation. Like, I won't even let it start, because if I don't get that yearning and I don't get that feeling to let you in my space, and if my intuition doesn't tell me that you're a girl that I could explore a friendship with, I don't feel any obligation to go out and have a coffee with you. I don't. And I think that as you get older, you're gonna learn that as a woman, there are certain things that you don't have to do. Because what society does to women is they make us feel like we have to be friends with everybody, and we have to be friendly with everybody, and we have to explore a friendship with every girl that we meet, and we have to be open to a friendship with every girl, to the point where women will get angry if you don't give them a friendship. Women will get angry if you don't want to go out with them. They will get angry if you don't want to give them a chance. It'll piss them off. I've met so many girls that get pissed off because I don't want to let them in. And it's like, well, that explains why you're pissed off, because you have an agenda that you won't be able to accomplish because I won't let you in my space. Women won't be able to accomplish these agendas like they did with Shanquila if they're not in your space. How are they going to even get you to the hotel room? How are they going to get you to the party? You're always on guard. It's very difficult. My grandmother always taught me, she said, Mel, always be on guard. Be the hardest target. You gotta move like a, I don't know what to use as an example, but you gotta be like a ninja. Like you're always on guard. Like, did you guys ever watch Vampire Diaries where like Catherine would like walk in the room and it was a setup? And she walked in and they would try to like kill her with something, and she's like, don't bother stabbing me because I'm linked to her. So if you do this to me, you're gonna do it to her. Like, she's always prepared for whatever they throw at her. She's already ready. That's how you have to be when you deal with women. Always be on guard with them. Always be on guard. Don't ever soften up and like, don't ever have your guard down with them. When they start asking you these weird questions, weird, intrusive questions about your money, family, your wealth, your industry, your career, your man, don't even play those games with them. Don't play those games with them. You have to be the person where you're the girl where it's like, I'm not even gonna try to target her because she won't let me in anyways. The hardest part, like the best example, you need to be like Beyonce, okay? Beyonce's always with her man and her mom. She's not in everyone's face, hanging out with everybody at every club, with every girl, at every bar, getting into altercations with people. She keeps everything about her money, about her man, about her kids, and about her profession. She's not about all that extra stuff. She doesn't want to deal with all that extra stuff. She literally got invited to Kim K's wedding and didn't go. That's how on guard she is, and how she's not even afraid to show. Because most people would feel like, oh, well, she's a nice girl and she invited me to her wedding. I mean, I should go. Kanye's Jay-Z's friend. She said, no, ma'am. Nope. She didn't apologize for it because she already knows this type of chick is not the type of chick I want to be friends with. And if you look at all the blogs, Kim would try to have her daughter play with Beyonce's daughter, and you see Kim always trying to push up on her at these award shows and at the front row of these fashion shows, and Beyonce's always like, because she knows this is not the type of chick I want to be friends with. And you guys have to have the same approach with female friendships, so things like what happened to this poor girl does not happen to you. Because you're picking your friends, you're conscious, you're intuitive, you're assessing them, you're looking at their track record and the things that they've done in the past, right? Normal women let friendships flow. Women without agendas are not going to be pushing themselves on you. They're gonna let the friendship flow. But the minute they're like hammering you, like non-stop, trying to get your approval, trying to get you to like them, trying to get you to hang out with them, trying so damn hard, sweetheart, don't do it. Don't even let them in. That literally reminds me of, it can be a life or death situation, and 9 times out of 10 the person that dislikes you the most is going to be the one trying to be the closest to you. It's always the closest person. It's never a distant random person. It's always the closest person. Look at what happened to Selena. Literally one of my favorite celebrities ever. Yolanda was her best friend. Yolanda was opening her stores for her. Yolanda was designing her clothing, and she pulled the trigger on her. She killed her. Obsession turns to hate really fast. So yes, you don't have to be Selena, but there are some girls that I'm sure that you've met that are always talking about you, always trying to find out information about you, always asking people about you. What does she do? What does she... For example, me, this is really crazy. So me, you guys know I'm black. You guys know that. I went to a church service one day, and I looked good. I had on a couple of designer items. When I walk in the room, I catch this girl looking at me. Like, just look at that weird look. Like, you guys all know that look. And I'm like, okay, another chick that I gotta look out for. So I'm in the corner minding my business. She's like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Florida. And that's literally how you have to be. You don't have to re-ask them questions and ask it back. Like, the minute you reject that person's energy, don't try to keep opening the conversation. Keep it bland so they can leave you alone. I was like, I'm from Florida. She's like, and then she's like looking at my shoes, and she's looking at my purse, and she's looking at my watch, and she's like, but what do you do for a living though? Sure, you see an African American with designer items, in her mind, it's like, you're not supposed to have that. Or it's like, it's weird to them. It's like, how? Girl, we're in 2022. Do you know how many African Americans are balling out right now? Like, are you under a rock? Well, she kind of is, because she was one of from those weird states that no one knows about or hears about. Like, well, not weird places, but those places where there aren't many Latinos or African Americans, or it's not a melting pot. And she looked so confused when I told her my profession. She's like, and I'm like, you literally met me 5 seconds ago and you're already mad? You're already mad? Like, seriously? And guess what? This same girl pushes herself on me every time she sees me, as if I don't already smell you. As if I'm gonna be dumb enough to open my doors to you. There's this other guy that is into me, and I'm not into him, but he was into me. And she would purposefully try to push herself on him, because she saw that he was into me and that we would talk. When we left, we would talk. Like, do you see? She's already getting started. That's why I already tell you guys. Don't bother with them. Don't bother. Don't listen to anybody telling you that you're weird because you don't have a lot of friends. Honey, when I go on my birthday dinners, I have one friend and I'm with my parents and my brother and my sister-in-law. I don't need to be with nobody else. That is more than enough for me. But you're gonna meet people who are going to make you feel bad because you don't want to put yourself in situations where you can possibly get killed. We saw it happen. We can't act like it didn't happen. Or put yourself in situations where you can possibly get sabotaged. There was this crazy girl that I ended up dealing with. I had to freaking deactivate my Instagram for like a whole freaking year because this chick was on my trail like white on rice. The obsession was crazy. So after that, I'm like, no. I'm not doing that again. I'm not interested. If I feel inclined to, I will let you in. If I don't, I won't. And we're gonna just leave it there. Right? Because it's dangerous, you guys. This is very dangerous. Like, this story is mind-boggling. And it's so sad because this happens to a lot of women. From being naive and thinking that women are your friend. A true friendship where someone truly values you, loves you, cares for you, is excited for you, is there with you in and out, it's very rare. And if you have that, God bless your heart. And I hope that as you level up, it stays the same, because it usually doesn't when you move up that ladder. So it's scary that someone can hate you that much. That story reminds me, that kind of like gave me a flashback, you guys, when I was Oh, and by the way, you are a triple threat if you're always the friend. If you're always the friend that the friends gang up on, that means you're a triple threat, by the way. That means that you have it going on. If you're always a friend that friends gang up on, honey, you got it going on. You got it going on. You really got it going on. That used to be me. And once I realized that, I'm like, damn, if you think I'm a threat now, just wait until I step into my power. Then I don't know what you're gonna do. But yeah, I had something similar to that happen to me when I was in high school. When I was in high school, you guys, I didn't have the strength I have now. I didn't have the backbone I have now. I didn't have the no BS personality that I have now. I didn't have that. Like back then I was a little bit of a chicken. Now I don't believe in fighting or getting physical, but I do believe in self-defense. Because if you don't defend yourself and you don't protect yourself, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble, especially when you're dealing with women. I went to a situation where when I was for prom, me and all my friends, we didn't have prom dates. We were like, we're all just gonna go together. It was one of that type of thing. And they're like, okay, like just come to the hotel room and we will all drive, we'll go together. I get to the hotel room, they left me on prom day. They left me. So my mother had to literally drop me to prom because they left me. And that same night, my mom's like, they left you. Are you sure you want to go back to that hotel room that you got with them? No, actually, it was 5 girls. 2, which were my best friends, they didn't leave me. They were late on makeup or whatever, so they were gonna meet us there, but the other 3 did. And then my mom's like, are you sure? Like, you don't think it's strange that they left you? Like, and these are girls that I can honestly, humbly say were prettier than me. This jealousy stuff has nothing to do with beauty. It has to do with energy. It has to do with light. You are a high vibrational person. You got it going on. You're a chosen one. Those girls will always have a problem with you. They could have more money than you, prettier than you, have the best man. They'll still find a reason to dislike you. It's your energy. It has nothing to do with beauty. I don't want you guys to think, oh, I'm not a 10. I'll never experience that. It's all energy, honey. It's all energy. That's really all it is. So I still go back to the hotel room and I'm minding my business. Like literally I'm on a table eating chips. I still said hi to all of them. On a table eating chips, minding my business, talking to my other friend who wasn't part of the room, but she just came to the hotel to hang out. And I felt in my spirit that something was gonna go down. Like I felt something wasn't right, but I ignored it. At that age, when you're 17, what do? You ignore things. So I'm minding my business and one of the girls, extra girls that came in, ends up getting really drunk and she left the hotel room. We didn't know where she was or whatever. And while they're trying to figure that situation out, I don't know the girl that got drunk or whatever. I'm like eating the Tostino's chips and I'm telling my friend, I'm like, oh my God, you know, I want to go to that place too. We were talking about some place that we wanted to go to. This girl gets up, comes at me, charges at me, puts her hands in my face, tells me to shut the F up because she's trying to find her friend. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, there's 10 other people in here. Why are you coming at me? This girl came charging at me, all this stuff. Like, I'm a really sweet, calm, classy girl, but I'm a very sweet, calm, classy girl. I really am a optimistic person, but I do like to be real about certain things. And jealousy exists. When you see things like this online, it kind of just reminds you of your past friendships where people were being weird. So I hope this video helped you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And be careful, you guys. Be safe, be careful. Watch your back and handle your business. Love y'all. Love you, love you, love you.